Should you write a book? Should you write a book? Do you like to read? Do you like to watch movies? Do you like stories? Maybe you care for good storytelling? Does it feel special? Being moved by a story, whatever piece of media it might be. Storytelling is an art form, regardless of what media it is. Books, movies, video games. When I was younger, I was angry at the art of storytelling for giving people false ideas. Stories of heroism and villainy, love, friendship, and so on. A false image of how the world is. False hopes that would lead to bad decisions, ideas that the hard-hearted and sincere youth would fall prey to. I'm not in my hard-hearted, rebellious age anymore. I'm in my late 20s, but I can't say that the way I see the world changed. But what changed is what I think of it. I see the art of storytelling as beautiful lies that make the existence bearable. A way to feel things real world can't make you feel. Even if it's all but a brief illusion, it still matters nonetheless. The writing is not really an occupation. It won't make a living even if you're successful and popular. Art is not something that pays. Every day you'll have to sit in front of your computer and feel the pain of a blank page. Some days are productive while some are not. Writing, rewriting, editing, cringing, laughing at your own jokes. Do it every day for a couple of years and you have a book. It will probably be a bad one too. To publish it, you will need literally an agent to do it for you. It's a person who does all the industry work and finds a publisher for you and works with them for you. They get a cut of profit in return. Most likely you won't find an agent. It will be like sending hundreds of cold emails to various HR departments where every HR wants a very particular employee, a very particular kind of person, and have an idea of it. They want a very specific, particular story. But hey, maybe you're gonna get lucky. Maybe what you have will be exactly what they want. Then, in a year or so, your book will get printed and published, and you will even make a little money on it. Or you can self-publish and lose a lot of money on that, or self-publish through Barnes & Noble or Amazon Kindle Direct, and then you won't waste all your life savings, and hey, your book will even be read by somebody, maybe like 10 people. Ever since I was a kid, I'd find escape in adventure novels about a young lad living with a ship to sail the seven seas, about some cyberpunk dystopia, about whatever else. I've read both the ancient classics and the freshest pulp. It provided escape, and contrary to popular opinion, escapism is something we all need when life becomes too much. The stories we read are entertainment, escape. They share wisdoms and teach moral values. They are the spice, the fertilizer for our thought process, giving birth to dreams, ambitions, and life's dominant aspiration. And if you talk of fictional depictions of things like love and friendship, if you were to compare them with what we have in real life, it would look like a pale imitation. Maybe you didn't even get to experience the pale imitation. I don't think I had a proper friendship until I was in my 20s. Before that, I just wasn't lucky to find friends who would see a person in me. And about love, romantic or otherwise deep personal connection, I don't feel like I'm even the same species like everyone around me. So I really don't even bother thinking about that. But in books, it's all different. That worth something, right? The world is quite grim and depressing, so writing stories that make people feel something is an unquestionable moral good. It's also very interesting coming up with stories, lore behind characters and things, and of course the whole world building shebang. So I occupy myself with that. I'm struggling to find anything else in this life that feels like it matters. Why do you want to write a book? What book would that be? Writing a book or trying to write a book will probably not result in anything. Then you should just write for the fun of it. That would be the worst advice you could give to somebody. There's nothing fun about writing. It feels good to have been written, but the process of writing is nothing but pain. A big collection of creative pains. Pain of blank page, pain of finding the right words, pain of sincerity, pain of insincerity, pain of starting a story, pain of trying to finish a story, pain of finishing a story, pain of not finishing a story. Pain of never feeling like what you're doing is good enough. There's no fun here, but there is accomplishment sometimes, for some. Writing is not about the journey, it's about the destination. Whatever milestones you might pass. Finishing a day's work, finishing a chapter, finishing a manuscript, finally getting over the hellfire of proofreading and editing your work, finally finding an agent, your agent finally finding a publisher, your book finally going to print. Your journey might stop at any of those milestones. There might be fun in fantasizing, laying in bed when you're about to drift to sleep, or standing with your head against the wall in the shower for an hour, coming up with coolest ideas and stories. But there's no fun in months of putting those ideas to text. You know, writing this script, I guess I changed my mind. You should not write a book unless it's an unhealthy obsession of yours, or you're some sort of a freak that finds pleasure in those creative pains. Or if it's the only thing that gives your life meaning.